hey, live in Boston, make a lot of money, but the roads suck. Well, this is awesome. It's downpouring, well it was, and now I am in 4th gear going 40 miles an hour on the highway. More or less because of the fact that I hit a huge ass puddle and now my car is bogging out. Pretty much this is what it's doing. Downshift to 3rd. Gas and it just keeps on like bogging out, or sounds like it's two-stepping, but it's not loud, obviously. Sounds like my coils are cutting out. My lightning bolt thingy was on. I also had traction control come on after the water puddle, and since then I've been just trying to cruise real low RPM. It doesn't want to boost. Alright, well it looks like my lightning bolt keeps on popping on every time I downshift and give it some gas. So we're gonna do it real quick. I got you guys on my iPhone. Downshift to 3rd. You guys felt that? Heard that? It just like bogged out at almost 4 grand. And then I just let off the gas. Go. No lightning bolt though. Looks like I'm gonna have to buy another OEM throttle body. Well guys, this is what's going on in my Caliber. Last night I left work and I hit 93 and I seen that nobody was in the fast lane, so I was like, you know what, let's go in the fast lane. Look at my condenser to my AC. It is soaked. Even down here this morning, my intercooler, it even feels wet still. But last night I hit the lake, pretty much the lake on 93 North, not even hydroplane, I just went right through it. After I hit the lake, the lightning bolt and the traction control popped on. So I couldn't even put in like a lower gear and downshift to actually get acceleration. Even giving it gas, about 2,500 RPMs, I started bogging out, which made me assume that my brand new OEM throttle body that I bought when I rebuilt this whole motor and everything, I'm assuming it got waterlogged. I don't know what else to think, because I pulled out my TIPM this morning and you can see that I have a Dorman in here. My OEM original TIPM is downstairs. You can see that I have my TIPM plastic housing and I blew that all out, and here is my TIPM. You can see that right there on my TIPM, there's a bunch of corrosion built up. Corrosion there. And it only looks like it on the top portion where the fuses go. This is the bottom of it. There's a little burntness right there on top of the positive terminal, and then some stuff going on down there. I had to take the whole circuit board out of the box itself and blow it down with compressed air. When I did that, I saw the water and the moisture that was all built up on the circuit board all fall off of it. So I just went ahead and swapped it with my Dorman. I might try to find somebody online that actually repairs original OEM TIPMs, because of the fact that I do not want to rock this Dorman because it doesn't give me the SRT specifics on the cluster. And I like that settings about the Caliber. So I really want to keep that TIPM. But my problem right now is trying to figure out what my issue is. That's why I'm getting to this cold pipe. I'm gonna take it off from down there, and then I'm gonna take it off from the throttle body. Okay, so we got the clamp off from the throttle body, well, loose. And then we have the clamp off of the cold side of the intercooler. Go ahead and take that off. Remember, don't forget the 2 connectors, and then if you have a blow valve, you're gonna have a back line going to it also. I'm just gonna disconnect mine right up here. Oh, look at that. Water just came out of that. Water just came out of that pipe. Oh, it sucks. Looks like I'm gonna be taking this intake manifold off also. That isn't good, you guys can see. Water was coming out of my cold pipe. That's all that water right there. Doesn't look like there's water in my throttle body. That was the first sign that came onto my cluster, was that throttle body lightning bolt and the traction control. So let's get into it. Let's tear it apart. So you're gonna have 4 10mm bolts. I know this hose is in your way, but I'm just gonna go ahead and take that throttle body off as fast as possible. Don't forget to disconnect this connector that's on the throttle body, which mine seems to be a little hard. There we go. I got one 12mm bolt left to take out this intake manifold, so I'm just gonna do that real quick. There we go. Looks like I'm gonna have to take off this bracket right here that holds on the radiator hose. A little clip under here that you gotta squeeze. Get your 10mm. Loosen that bolt and take it out. That would help. Take off that zip tie. Holding on that wire harness. Put that in there to pry it out. 20 minutes later, yay! Alright, there's a back line and a brake booster line going to the front bottom of the intake manifold. You're gonna have to pull those off to be able to get this out completely. There's one. Rotating the rubber hose while it's on there helps to loosen it. It's just a tip. Oh! You guys seen that? Definitely got something in there. I gotta clean that whole cylinder head and gasket area. This is my OEM gasket because I had to reuse it. My DCR intake manifold gasket fit in there perfect when it was brand new, but over time it expanded, I guess you could say, because every time I put it back in here and try to put this manifold back on, it would pop off. So I've been fighting with my intake manifold that I purchased from DCR, and pretty much I've been having nothing but an issue where the orange gasket would pop out and I couldn't go ahead and seat my intake manifold up to my intake portion of my cylinder head. I found out the reason to why. It's because DCR intake manifold is a lot bigger than the OEM intake manifold gasket. I kept the green intake manifold gasket because of the fact that I always keep my gaskets just so I can line them up to the new one, aftermarket, whatnot. So beware if you guys go ahead and purchase DCR caliber SRT4 upgraded cylinder head gasket set, beware that you might have to go ahead and purchase the OEM intake manifold gasket. I went back to my OEM one. Let's take a look at this. Look at that. It's not good. And I have to go clean this all up. I'm gonna go ahead and clean that surface. It's disgusting. I definitely had to have gotten water way up here, you guys. I gotta change that oil filter also. Time to start cleaning all that up. Put it back together. Hopefully my throttle body isn't bad.